Hey, everybody. We're so happy
Hi.
to have you join us. We're going to just give everybody a couple minutes to get on board with us. But thank you. We're going to be talking today about the world's largest pet walk. And we can't wait. We're excited. My name is Tracy, and I'm joined today by Ashley and Brenna.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
If you are signing on, we're just starting. We'll be able to start seeing the comments here in a second. Let us know where you're logged in from. And, we always like to hear about your furry friends and your pets. So let us know in the comments where you're from and what pets you're going to be walking with next month. We can't wait to see.
Awesome. We got one. Hey, Alexandra from Reno.
Reno, I hope you're staying cool. Oh, I'm not seeing the comments. I'm glad you are, Ashley. I'm in Virginia, and I'm going to be walking with my hound dog, Frisco, and my family. Oh, now I'm seeing somebody. Hi, Elizabeth in Connecticut. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Ashley, who are you going to walk with?
I'm going to be walking with my 7-year-old daughter, Aspen, and then we'll probably take Buster out with Ken and Austin. Or take him to a park or do something fun.
Buster has a lot of energy. I've seen Buster on screen before.
I'm sure we'll all see Buster. He's like sitting behind me waiting to jump in my lap.
Buster might make a guest appearance on our Facebook Live if we're lucky. We'll hope. And I see Barbara in Oregon and Buddy. Way to go, Barbara and Buddy. Brenna's in Oregon too.
Yeah, I am. And I'll be walking with my 2 dogs, Bentley and Basil. Basil's a puppy and has a lot of energy. So we're going to do a big hike, I think, for the big day.
That's so nice.
That will be nice.
It's so good right now. Elizabeth says, can't walk that far. That's okay, Elizabeth. We're going to talk about that later. This is really so flexible, and we just want folks to participate in whatever way they're able and comfortable for themselves, for their animals, for their family. Hi, Sandy Smith. I recognize that person. That's my mom. She's always on our Facebooks. She's a good, loyal fan. Hopefully, she'll be walking with Sophie in Virginia, too. We're going to just wait about maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. We'll just keep watching the comments. And we'll talk a little bit about this signature event that we're now in our 3rd year. This is the annual event. We do it every September, typically the last Saturday in September. But you can walk anytime. But this is the day we want to see and hear from many of you. So it's a lot of fun. We'll probably just walk around our neighborhood. My dog's a Basset-hound. He just turned 7 this week. He doesn't go very far. And so we'll probably walk 1 little block around. My kids, I have 2 boys. They'll probably go a little bit further than Frisco will go. But the whole point is to just get out, get active, experience the benefits of walking with your pet, and also support pet partners at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Hi from Indiana, Ruby and Griffin. Oh, hi guys. I hope it's nice in Indiana these days and that you guys are enjoying your summer. I have a son named Griffin. That's pretty cool. If you have any pictures of your animals, post those in the comments too. People love to see that.
Yes.
And we love to see them, to be honest.
Oh my gosh. You're right.
Hey,
Maybe
Mary.
we're a little biased, but the Pet Partners community has the most amazing and cutest animals, I would say. And Susan. Hi, Susan. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're about 5 minutes in, so I think it's okay to get started.
Sure.
We'll just go through today a little bit about the world's largest pet walk. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat. We'll try to address those for you. We'll get to a lot of different topics today, but World's Largest Pet Walk is our national signature event. And so I've been involved with it for the last few years. My name is Tracy Pryor, and I'm our Chief Development Officer. I work remotely from Virginia. And I'm joined today with 2 of my wonderful colleagues. So Ashley and Brenna, you guys want to introduce yourselves? Tell us a little bit about your role at Pet Partners and where you're logging in from today.
Absolutely. So I'm Ashley Drew. I am the National Director of Special Events, and I work remotely from Arizona, and I'm super excited to be here and to help anyone and everyone with fundraising because it's something that I'm really passionate about.
Yay. That's
Yeah,
great.
we all love fundraising here. So my name is Brenna Morgan, and I'm the philanthropy manager at Pet Partners. I'm based remotely in Oregon. And in my role, I really help support all our world's largest pet walk walkers. Some of you may have already spoken with me about how to get your page set up, but I am here to support you as much as I can in being successful for the walk. So please feel free to reach out.
That's great. Thanks. So we team up on this for staff support for the world's largest pet walk. And we are so grateful. First thing I want to do before we talk about anything else is to just thank you. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time today to hear a little bit about the world's largest pet walk. And thank you to those of you who have already signed up on the website. So you can go to worldslargestpetwalk.org to sign up to walk. We were just looking right before we got in, we already have over 35 teams that are signed up. We've got walkers all across the country, some internationally. So this is just a really fun way to raise awareness about pet partners, the health benefits of staying active with your pets, and also generate some funds that help to support our mission, which is really important. So why do we fundraise? First of all, Pet Partners, as you know, we're a national nonprofit organization, and really the magic is with our volunteers. Thousands and thousands of therapy animal teams, supporters, advocates all across the country and the world that are really making the world a better place through the power of these amazing and healing animals. And so our teams are making millions of visits a year. And even during this time of COVID, where there's so much impact because of the pandemic and all of the important safety measures that we're taking, they are still keeping those bonds, staying connected to folks with amazing creative ways. Virtual visits, socially distanced visits, outdoor pet parades. We're seeing the creativity and the amazing passion go on even through a global pandemic. So the outcomes and the connections and the bonds are still happening across the world. So what do we do with funds that are raised by our world's largest pet walk walkers is we support this mission. We are recruiting handlers. We are training them. You can get support on topics from all types of courses that we have around volunteering with specific populations, volunteering with veterans or students, those facing literacy challenges, folks in hospitals, all of these millions and millions of people that are receiving these visits. We're trying to make sure that we are the gold standard in therapy animal programs. So the funds that you're raising are helping to make those visits possible through recruitment, through support, through training, through our websites, through our courses, through our conferences, you name it, support for facilities, and all of our specific programs like our crisis response and our Read With Me and our Walk With Me. So just know that those funds are all invested back into the mission of Pet Partners, and we rely so heavily on generous donors, corporate sponsors, walkers, fundraisers. It all comes together to enable us to fund our mission and our work. So first off, before anything, is thank you. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for coming today to learn a little bit more. I also want to give a huge shout out to two of our sponsors that have come on board. So our national presenting sponsor is VCA, and we also have a supporting sponsor in Blue Shield of California. So they are helping to make it so that we can provide resources to our walkers, incentives, and website support, and all of these wonderful things to make the walk possible. So thank you so much to our friends at VCA, and yes, air claps. Thank you. Spirit fingers, whatever we need to do to show the support to those folks, because we're so very, very grateful for that. So let's talk a little bit about the world's largest pet walk. September 26th is the big day. So what we do is we encourage folks all across the country and the world, hence world's largest pet walk, to get together and walk with their animals. And so this can be done however you want to participate. This is choose your own path, literally, whether it's around your neighborhood, or a hiking trail, or a pet-friendly park. Gather some folks together, and there's no registration fee or anything like that, but we do encourage all of our walkers to donate and to raise money for Pet Partners, because it is a national signature fundraising event for us. You can participate from wherever you are and in whatever way works for you. Brenna and Ashley will talk a little bit more about some specific ideas and ways that we see folks participating. Our goal for the event is twofold. We want to celebrate the health benefits of walking with your animal. So we know there's all kinds of research and studies that show that when you have an animal in your life, you are way more active, you're way more likely to get out. There are so many health benefits of just taking steps with your animal, and that accountability of, I might not feel like walking today, but I know my dog does, or I know that my furry family members need to get out and get walking. So it's so important, especially during this time of social distancing and when some of our other activities are impacted, we can still get out and safely walk. We can enjoy nature, and we can provide our pets with those benefits as well. So that's the thing. We want to get people active. We want to raise awareness about how important it is to stay out and walking. One of the reasons we developed the world's largest pet walk a few years ago was in response to the Surgeon General's kind of call to action, which was get out and walk, America. We need to be more active. And so we respond in that way, knowing that animals are a wonderful partner in that. The second thing is we want to raise funds for pet partners. And so we've made it very easy for you to get on, register, and create your own personal fundraising page or team fundraising page. So our goal financially this year is to raise $55,000 for pet partners in our mission. So we know we're going to get there with the help and support of all of you. So thank you so much for that. I think that's a good overview. I think I'm checking my notes to see. Maybe Brenna, do you want to talk a little bit about some walk options and things you're seeing? Brenna connects all the time with our walkers. She sends out the walker updates, and she hears from you all and gets pictures. And so she has a ton of great ideas. I was going to share some socially distanced options for you for this time, and some other things. Sound good, Brenna?
Yeah, definitely. So while this year may feel a little different, quite honestly, usually the world's largest pet walk can be done wherever, whenever. It's really choose whatever you want to do. So it translates perfectly to the climate we're in right now. But there's quite a few different ways you can really have a good virtual walk experience. So one of them I was going to really recommend is using social media. So since you're all here, you probably are pretty big Facebook users. And so one great way to raise funds and raise awareness is by posting the link to your fundraising page on Facebook. And with that, we recommend including information on why you're walking, how you're walking with your pet, and just in general, why you care about pet partners. And we have some good hashtags that you can use. Hashtag pet partners and hashtag world's largest pet walk are ones that you can use. So then we can see all of the great walk ideas that you all have. And during the actual walk day, whatever day you choose to walk, you can take your supporters on a journey with you. So say you're going to go for just a couple block walk in your neighborhood, you can post on Facebook and say, here's a picture of me and Bentley. We're ready to go on our walk. Thank you so much for supporting us. And this is how I feel while I walk with Bentley. Midway through the walk, you could post a picture of him and say, look how happy he is. And then once you get home, you could do a wrap up, say, thanks so much for joining me. Please support the world's largest pet walk. So really take people on a journey with you through social media about what kind of walk you're doing. Another good idea is choosing some kind of walk activity that speaks to your overall interests. So for example, I really like hiking. So what I think I'm going to do for the world's largest pet walk is go for a hike with my pets and ask my supporters to donate $10 per mile that I hike. And that's a great way to just raise, some quick funds from different family members, friends, colleagues. Because then if you have 5 friends donate $10, you have $50 and you get a pet bandana, which we'll talk about those incentives in a second. Sorry to give a preview now of them, but
no spoilers.
No spoilers. Yeah, sorry. But I know one of our great teams is doing a big backpacking trip because they're really outdoorsy. And so they've already raised some money that way. And they took their dog on a backpacking trip and took pictures. They already had a Pet Partners bandana because they're a Pet Partners team. And so they took pictures of that, of their dog on a mountaintop. It was super awesome. And so you can adapt this to fit whatever activities you like. So say you really like gardening, you can post about how walking around in your garden with your pet is really special, and use that kind of if you want to do less of a walk and more of a gander around your yard or something like that.
It might be good for our bunny friends or our guinea pig friends.
Exactly, or cat, who knows? And so, just really adapt whatever you like to do that's slightly active or outside to, the world's largest pet walk, because it all matters. And then the other thing I was going to suggest is inviting people to a socially distanced walk. So you could say, hey, on September 26th, I'm going to host a socially distanced walk where we stay 6 feet apart and we have our masks, and invite them to make a donation in order to join the walk. And so then bring your pets along and have a really good time speaking with each other about therapy animals and just in general the benefits that animals have for our health. So those are my ideas. Did you two have any you wanted to add?
I have something I want to add because I saw a question, and Ashley makes me think of this because, like, what's the temperature where you are, Ashley, right now?
Yeah.
It's like
117
or something. I don't know.
It's really
So
brisk.
Ashley's in Arizona. It's really hot. It's like 115 degrees, literally. And so we've heard from people that are like, even in September, it's really, really hot where I am. Or some are like, what if it's raining? Or my animal doesn't like to go out unless it's the perfect weather. Or me, again, if it's going to be extreme weather forecast for September 26th, you can go a day leading up to it. You can go after. We've had some people say we're going to walk in the evening. We don't want any burning paws or hot or any problems as far as I felt like I had to go out during this certain time. This is meant to be so flexible, and so if you're facing any weather extremes or problems that day, don't worry about it. And if you have limitations as far as physical ability right now. Maybe your animal is a senior and you're like, we really want to do it, but he or she's not getting up and getting around as much or whatever. Again, this is just meant to be a gesture. And so whether you're the hiker that's going to the summit of a mountain or you're just going a few steps around your yard or neighborhood, it's what's comfortable and safe and healthy for you. So don't let these things hold you back or feel like you can't get together. We did in Richmond, so I set up a team called Frisco and Friends, and I get together with my family and my dog, and we go out. Last year, we did a little walk with a few other pet partner supporters in our community, and it was like a loop at a park that was really green and pet friendly and shaded. And we had one group where their animal was a little older and couldn't walk as far. Hey, there's Buster. Where are you going to walk, Buster? We had some that turned around early, went back to the car early, and others that took an extra loop. So there's a lot of flexibility around the distance and all of that too. So.
And I think it's really whatever you want to make it too. And that's the fun thing about charity walks, whether it's ours or another one. Like you can even play fetch with your animal if that's what makes them happy. Or just cuddle with them.
Sweet nothing in your ear right now how he wants to do the walk. What are your ideas, buddy?
So I think, it's really whatever you want to make it that'll be fun for you and fun for your animal.
Right.
That's really what it's all about. Is
absolutely
showing, our pets bring us so much love and warmth, and our therapy animals do so much for our community. We just want to do something to show them that, we're having a little bit together time, and that's what's fun about our walk.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the big things that we really encourage everyone to do is just spread the word. Spread the word about what you're doing, why you're participating, talk about your pet. If you are a handler with pet partners, I should mention this is, we have so many of our handlers that are on board in our Facebook community, and I've seen some of you comment. So thank you for that. But this doesn't have to just be therapy animals or handlers. This is anybody with their pets. We certainly want to see our therapy animal teams participate in this, but it's really inclusive of anyone. And so something that everyone can do, whether or not you're registered with Pet Partners, is really just to help us spread the word. Brenna mentioned that we have some hashtags that we like to use. It helps us to see collective participation across the country. So that's hashtag Pet Partners and hashtag World's Largest Pet Walk. We have a Facebook photo profile change that you can do to your picture, like an overlay that says you're going to be walking. So if you follow Pet Partners on Facebook, which I'm sure you all do since you saw this Facebook Live, you'll be able to change your profile picture temporarily to indicate your participation, share any posts that you want to share. We also have put together some amazing tools and templates and printables. So we try to make all of these resources really easy for you to access and for you to utilize. So when you are on the World's Largest Pet Walk page, you'll see a tools and printables, a link that you can click on, and you're going to see things there like the walking bib. So the walking bib is amazing. There's a picture of it. It is just something that you can print on normal printer paper from your own printer at home. And it has a space in there where you can write with a Sharpie or a marker or whatever, who your walking partner is, where you're walking. So I always put, I'm walking with Frisco in Virginia, and make it really visible. And you can pin it on your shirt, or you can hold it up in a selfie, whatever you want to do. This is a great way to take a picture and record this with photos, to share on social media, to share with friends and family. So we really love the use of the walking bib. And you can print out, if you have your whole family, you can print out one for everybody. There are also things on the website like sample content. So maybe you have a blog. There's some sample content to get you started on a blog post. One thing that we have seen, I've been so impressed, and we trust us, we see them and we share them all around, with each other. When you are able to go out and generate local media coverage for your participation, and this doesn't have to be a big group thing, it can just be your participation as a volunteer or a handler or supporter. There are some content there to help you to make a call or send an email to your local newspaper, to a local radio station or TV station, and just say, did you know that the world's largest pet walk's coming up? Everybody can participate from wherever they are. We've seen some of our local community partners and community groups that have done some local activities and generated interviews or stories because they feel really good, and it's something fun and simple that everyone can join in on the fun. So we have some sample blog posts, press releases. We even have things like, we've seen you all get your mayor or your city manager or city council involved in walking. So we have a proclamation, which is, hereby, whereas, and all the official stuff around having someone that's an elected official or a decision maker declare publicly, maybe at a town meeting or a city council meeting or something, that the city is an official participant in the world's largest pet walk. They can often celebrate that they have pet-friendly, accessible parks for people to walk in and things like that. So there's a proclamation that you can use. And there's also a little certificate of participation that you can print out and fill out. Any pets from your neighborhood or family or humans, you can print that out and say thank you. We have little directional signs. If you're going to set up a little course around your neighborhood and want folks that are joining you to see where the turns are, little postcards and flyers. So we keep adding to it too. So check back. We always are adding resources and tools. If you have any ideas of things that might help you for this year or for next year, let us know, because we love hearing from our walkers and they have great ideas for the resources. So another thing that you can do to help spread the word is raise money and earn some of the incentives. So we want to say thank you and show appreciation for our walkers. And so we have a few fun prizes that you can earn when you reach certain fundraising levels. So we have a pet bandana. That is when you raise or donate $50, you get the pet bandana. And these are cumulative. So say you get to the next level, which is $100, you'll get the bandana and the t-shirt. And then we have a leash at $250 and a tote bag at $500. And these are just wonderful that show your participation in the world's largest pet walk. You can wear them, take your picture. You and your pet can match and look really spiffy during your participation. We do have, I want to note, we have a big deadline coming up. So we have an early bird deadline, which gives us enough time to have some of the prizes printed and mailed so that you'll get them in time for the walk. So the early bird deadline is September 1st. So if you have raised any of those fundraising thresholds by then, you'll get in on that first order and get them in time for the walk. We'll continue to keep the fundraising page active and open, and anybody who reaches the fundraising levels, then I think it's October 7th. Is that right, Brenna?
Yes,
yeah, October 7th is the second deadline, where if you raise your funds by then, you'll get the next batch. So you won't have them in time for the walk, but you'll get them shortly after and can use them in any future walks, because this goal isn't that you just walk once. We want this to be just a reminder of the benefits of walking, and hopefully will inspire people to go out and stay active with their pets for months to come. So those are some of the incentives. Some of you, we were already looking, we already have a lot of earners who are going to be getting that bandana and t-shirt real soon. We're excited about that. So thank you for that. I wanted to turn it over. I think, Brenna, you're going to talk a little bit just about the process. It's really simple to sign up for the walk. Like I mentioned, it's not a registration fee, but there is a process to get officially registered. Brenna's going to talk for a couple minutes about that. I will say one of the great reasons for us to have you officially register, even though there's not a fee, is that it allows us to go back and say, oh my goodness, we had this many hundreds or thousands of walkers. We were in this many states, this many countries. You can indicate who you're walking with, how far you think you're walking. And we love to update our walkers with our walker updates. So you'll see walker profiles. You'll see us celebrating top fundraisers. So we want to know about you, and the registration process allows us to see who's participating and how far reaching the walk is. So Brenna, you want to give a few tips on that?
Yeah, definitely. So you register by going to the World's Largest Pet Walk site, which is www.worldslargestpetwalk.org. And I'm sure we'll be dropping it in the comments as well. So the registration process, as noted, is super simple. On the first page, you just create a login, add your own password. If you're a Pet Partners volunteer, this is completely separate from your Volunteer Center login. I've had a few questions about that lately. So you're just creating your very own new username password. And so then we'll just ask you a few basic questions like your name and your address so we can send you your incentives that you earn. And then we'll ask you just some fun questions like how far do you plan to walk, or what kind of walk activity do you plan to do? Who are you walking with? That kind of information. And then the third step is super duper important because that's where you get to join a team or create a team or choose to be an individual walker. So one of the benefits of joining or creating a team is you have a nice little community of fellow Pet Partner supporters that you're walking with, even if you're not walking in person. So I know a lot of our community partner groups go ahead and create a walking team for their group. And from there, they'll have their own page that each team can personalize with information on why they walk, on their involvement with Pet Partners, and include some really cute pictures of their pets, because as we know, that's what we all love to see. And so then as you advance through the registration process, you'll be able to get a preview of your walking page. And so this is already pre-populated with lots of good content that we've already written for you to make it easier. But you can totally take that text out, put whatever you want in there, customize it exactly the way you'd like it. So, and I will also note this page is editable at any time, even after you register. So if you write something and you're like, I want to change it, you can totally do that at any time. And we really encourage you to customize that page and just explain why Pet Partners is so important to you and why you think therapy animal work really matters, because that's what compels people to donate usually. So once you're done creating your registration and you have your page all set up, you can post the link to your page on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also email it out to all your friends and family. And just spread the word that way. And when people donate to your fundraising page, you'll have a little, I forgot to mention, you'll set a fundraising goal. And so it'll add up on your goal, and you get to have like a fun little ticker that shows like, ooh, you're reaching your goals.
How close you are to your goal. Yeah.
Exactly. Fun. And when people donate, they'll even be able to add a sweet little comment about why they're supporting you, and an encouraging message like go Frisco or something like that.
Yeah.
And once people have donated to your page, you'll be able to see who's donated, and you'll be able to thank them through the registration module. And in addition, you can enter some offline gifts there. So say you had a friend give you a check or something they wanted to do for a donation rather than donating online. And so we have a way for you to enter an offline gift, and then you mail it to Pet Partners. So all those instructions and resources are on the site. And as I noted, we'll be linking that on the side, and you can always contact us if you need help with the registration process.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Brenna. I saw Jan was asking questions about the fundraising. Yeah, you can raise money online. The best and easiest way, Jan, is to set up that fundraising page, because then you can send that direct link. And so when your donor donates, it's going to be credited to you, and you're going to be informed that you received that donation. But sometimes people might just give you a check or money that you would want to mail in. So Brenna's got on the website the address and the process for making sure that gets to the right thing. You'll just want to include, there's a little donation form you can even include that says, this is for me and my pet. Please credit this to us. Because I didn't mention, so the fundraising incentives, that's based on what each individual raises. So if you're trying to earn those bandanas and t-shirts, you want to do it through your individual fundraising page, because we'll just pull it directly through the platform that we use and be able to see who's raised what. So that's the easiest and most efficient way to raise funds online, through your fundraising page. But again, you can collect donations in person or through the mail if you like. We're real flexible on that as well. Okay, Ashley, you are like a superstar fundraiser, and I saw you were already raising some money I saw your name on the ranking. So what are some other ideas you have? What are some ideas you have for our walkers for fundraising success?
Yeah, so kind of going along with what Bruno was talking about, after you register and you create your page, you have the ability to customize your page. So like I'm a team captain, so I have my own personal page that I customize, and I also have a team page that I also can customize. And so one of the most important things is kind of just sharing your story, like why are you walking, why you care. I know John Wright, who's part of the national walk team, he and Casey, his therapy animal, are walking, and he was collecting donations because it was Casey's birthday.
And so you can see raised over $1,000 already, right?
He has, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
well over $1,000, and you can see all these cute little messages of people like wishing happy birthday to Casey.
Go Casey, happy birthday.
Yeah, so I'm sure he did an email campaign just letting people know that he was going to be collecting money for their walk team, and that everybody knows what they do in the community and it's really important to them. And so he would really appreciate it if people could support pet partners. So an email campaign is something that's very successful and a very easy way to collect donations, where you just share your story, which is similar to what you might have on your walk page. And then kind of what Tracy was talking about for me personally, I've always done a letter writing campaign because it's just easy. Every nonprofit I've worked for, I've never necessarily had a direct connection, but I just like helping people. And I know what our therapy animal teams do is so impactful because I've been able to see it firsthand. And so I just simply wrote a letter saying, hey, I'm, the new National Director of Special Events for Pet Partners. Here's a little bit about what we do. Here's a picture. I would love it if you would continue supporting me in my fundraising efforts. And I was able to raise just under $400 in about 2 weeks.
That's great.
So I'm a little disappointed. I thought I'd be a little further along by now.
You're doing
but I think
then just remind people too. Okay, so this is something I've learned because I've done fundraising for World's Largest Pet Walk the last few years, and I might post it once.
Yep.
And then just kind of wait. But it's important to remind people, because a lot of times it's not, they didn't give the first time because they didn't want to. It's just they thought, oh, that's not until next month or 2 months from now, I'm going to wait. So do a reminder. One thing that I've noticed has helped me. So I use Facebook a lot for fundraising. And so I post the link to our page. And then as my donors make donations to the page, I go to the comments of that post and tag that person and thank them. And so it brings the post back active into people's Facebook feeds. And so I got a donation and I thanked the person. Thank you so much, Cassie, for donating. I really appreciate it. Frisco and I will do you proud, or whatever. And then somebody else donated right after that. So I could tell just by taking a little activity to keep it top of mind for people.
Absolutely.
And really, some people say, oh, fundraising is not my thing. I don't like fundraising. I'll do anything but fundraising. Well, this is really so much more, because your activity of just sharing a little bit about pet partners and the way that we're helping people. It's a lot of people consider the opportunity to donate to be just that, an opportunity. And they say, thank you for letting me know. I want to support something like this. I believe in this. And they don't feel obligated or pressured. They feel inspired and grateful. And so don't make a decision for your friends or your family that they wouldn't want to support it, because I can guarantee so many would. When people understand that Pet Partners teams are the ones that are visiting folks in hospitals who are facing serious health issues, who are scared, who are stressed, or if they find out that our teams are the one that are visiting lonely seniors, and this is their best visit they're going to get that week, or helping frustrated kids that say reading's not my thing and I don't like this to then love it. These are the impacts that are happening, and so people want the opportunity to make these contributions, and you're helping us by being a powerful advocate for our mission. And so just taking those few steps to fundraise is incredible. Another step
Absolutely.
you can take that we didn't mention is a lot of times if you work for a company, they may match your donation. And so that's important too. If you make a personal contribution to Pet Partners and you work for a company that may have matching gifts as an option, you sometimes just have to indicate the gift that you made and they will double. And I've even had companies that will match what people raise, not just donate, but they'll match what you raise. So if you raise $250 for the walk, you may be able to get that matched by your company through their corporate matching program. I was just talking to someone yesterday who's forming a corporate team, and they're still working remotely and they're affected by COVID, but they're still participating as a team. So they've registered their team and they're participating. But she was telling me that their company not only has a matching gift program, but they do a program where for every hour you volunteer for a nonprofit, they will make a $10 contribution. So she was sharing with all of her team members from the company that if they go online and say, I spent an hour doing the world's largest pet walk, they're going to get an extra $10 contribution from their company. So just make sure if you have any of those offerings, take advantage of them because it's another way to just maximize your fundraising and the impact that you're able to make through your company.
Yeah.
So that's another tip.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of things that you can do to raise funds. So in addition to the letter writing campaign, we've got some teams that are doing video and photo montages. So we just got a video, I believe from Las Vegas. Was it Sue Grunfest?
Yes,
it was.
Yeah.
It was
So
so
we got
cute.
a
We
really,
watched it this morning. Sue, we love
Yeah.
your videos.
Yeah, so we got a really cute video that they put together just using different photos of their therapy animals and other pets, just kind of promoting the walk and telling people to get involved and make donations. And so we have a step-by-step on how to do something like that. If you're interested in that, we've got resources that we can provide to you guys on our website, which you'll find in the chat soon. There's also 106 fundraising ideas. So if you're looking for kind of like fun little wraparound events that you can do, if you aren't comfortable making an ask and asking people to give you money, sometimes doing something fun can get people involved. Such as one of my friends for our walk team, she did a Zoom wine tasting. And so anybody who purchased the wines for the wine tasting, 20% of that went back to our walk team. And so that was something simple. And then we all got to, jump on and interact with each other. I know Megan, who's also in Phoenix, is making little bracelets. So everybody that donates a certain amount will get a bracelet that says, my dog's at home alone, so that if anything ever happened,
like an emergency alert type of thing.
To go check on their pets. And so that's something that she's doing, is so she's providing a service in exchange for their donation.
A little incentive, yeah.
And another one of our teams is doing tug toys, and then birthday fundraisers, which we already kind of talked about a little bit earlier. But yeah, there's always a lot of fun things, and then virtual and viral challenges are something else that a lot of people are doing right now with everybody being on Zoom. That, for $5, I can, sing a song to your dog, so there's a lot of little fun things that you can do where you can encourage people to make donations, and then you can do videos in exchange for that.
Great. That's good. Oh, and I see Kelly. Kelly's one of our team captains, and she's doing the Zoom thing too. She was telling me they're going to do a little Zoom, like dog-friendly Zoom, where people can come on and have their dogs with them, and everyone introduce, coworkers that don't normally get to meet each other's pets. They're going to do that and talk a little bit about the world's largest pet walk. So fun, really neat ideas. And Elizabeth's saying she's organizing a raffle. So fun. There's just a lot of fun things, and the creativity is up to you. I mean, we'll share good ideas in the Walker updates, and we'll continue to highlight when we hear fun things or see great videos. But you please tell us your ideas and fit something that fits into your personality. I always say, like, if you're a beer and chips kind of gal, you might not want to do the wine and cheese. Keep it, do something if it's your personality that you're passionate about. If you're not super crafty, then maybe you aren't crafting beaded bracelets. But if you are, take advantage of your own hobbies, your own interests. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be feeling like a chore or I have to do this a certain way. If you're not active on Facebook, I mean, some people aren't active on these social media channels, then just go old school. Send a little letter or a postcard. Or just call people on the phone. Oh, did I just say that? Actually, like someone on the phone and say, I'm raising money for Pet Partners. Would you support me? So just make it work for you.
I think that's what's important is like right now, with everything being so different and quarantine and everything. And, a lot of friends and family might have lost their jobs. Like I know that it might be a little intimidating to ask, but there is still a need.
Right.
And you should really give people that opportunity to say no because you never know who might just be moved by what you're doing and by, Pet Partners and the amazing work that our teams do that they want to give a donation because every dollar counts, even if it's $1 or $5. Like all of that adds up to something really powerful and really big. And then if people do say no, that's not no to you. It's just, no isn't no. It's just not right now. It's something that you should always think of when you're doing fundraising is that, give them the opportunity to tell you no. And then, you never know what you might get.
I can say from experience, a lot of times you're so surprised by someone that you might have kind of not even connected with for a while and they just donate. And, I had a friend that I hadn't even seen since high school who donated for one of my fundraisers really generously and sent me such a nice note just saying, I really like what you're doing and I wanted to support you. So it's a lot of fun and a reconnection too. And it just broadens our reach and scope. I mean, our real vision at Pet Partners is that we can recruit enough teams and grow to meet the level of requests that we receive. There's such an explosion of need. And what we're seeing now is so much interest in mental health. And so many people are facing not only social, disconnect or isolation, but also just there's a lot of stress with what's happening. And so we anticipate as we are re-entering back into facility visits in the more traditional sense and able to visit more, that there's just going to be even more of an increase in requests for Pet Partners teams. So the funds raised will help us to generate that growth and support that we need to meet the requests and the level of need that we're seeing out in the community. So shout out and thank you to many of the handlers that are on today because you guys are the ones that are making the mission happen and are making these connections possible. And thank you so much to those of you all who are willing to walk with us and to take some steps to support Pet Partners and your own health and your animal's health. It's really, truly a win-win with the event that we have. So World's Largest Pet Walk, September 26th. Do we have any questions? Anybody have any questions before we wrap up today? I was gabbing so much, I probably missed some. Did you guys see any?
I looked through really quick. So if there's anybody who wants to type anything in really quick, we're definitely here to answer any questions that you have or, if it's after this live and you guys, if you want to figure out a fundraiser for you or your walk team, I'm definitely here to help and we can brainstorm.
Yes, absolutely. Contact us. You can contact us through the website and through when you sign up, you'll get, like I said, you'll get the walker update. So you'll get lots of tips and support that way as well.
And it literally makes my day when a walker reaches out and wants help or ideas, anything like that. Because it's so fun to work with you all. So please do.
Yes, we get really excited and we always share with one another the things that we see in the videos. And oh my gosh, last year we had people walking in Romania and we had people in Europe. We, in where were the countries? South America, in Colombia. Yeah. I mean, we saw people all over. We saw dogs, we saw guinea pigs in strollers, we saw cats on leashes. You saw it all. So we can't wait to see. We had somebody that walked with a steer. Do you remember that person?
That's so awesome.
We have some amazing walkers, and we love to hear that too. So there's no into the potential of who can participate in the world's largest pet walk. I think it's about time for us to wrap up. We cannot thank you enough for
Yeah.
coming on with us today, and cannot wait to see all of the amazing things that you guys do with the world's largest pet walk. Have a great afternoon, and thank you, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.